Kimmi. It's your girl, Kimmi Nunnally, #1 notary educator. What's up? What's up? Hey guys. I just wanted to hop on for a few moments. I told you after I completed that apostille job today, I was going to hop on and tell you a little bit about it. I actually have a whole day in the life coming, and it is amazing because it was like a thriller out there. It's a whole story. It's a whole situation. So anyway, I'm going to share a few tips with you about apostilles right quick. Tell you about the new mentorship program. There are 2 opportunities for you to learn with notary educators and actually be a great notary, have that great foundation, and then eventually, of course, add on additional services like apostilles if you don't know what that is. So let's hop right into it. I teach notaries nationwide how to have confidence, how to be skilled, how to price your services, how to market your services. I don't do that by myself. We have a whole team here. There is Jeffrey Nunnally, Alexis Franklin, Lisa John Baptiste is assisting with our chat. We have a group chat. So I'll tell you a little bit about the mentorship program. But first, let's hop in and talk about what we came here for, which is some apostille tips. Okay, so let's let YouTube do what it does. Hey to everybody on the replay and the podcast. And I'm going to give YouTube a few minutes because they're moving a little bit slower. I want to make sure somebody is in the house to get these gems. And if not, I know people catch the replay. So, we know it's all about that replay. It's all about that play, about that play, about that play. It's all about that replay, about that replay, about that replay. All right, y'all. I had some coffee and some ice cream today, so I might be a little wired up. We had breakfast at Chick-fil-A, and then I had some ice cream just a minute ago. It was such a stressful day. Your girl needed some ice cream. So I stopped, and I had a chocolate turtle from Brewster's here in Georgia. I don't know if Brewster's is anywhere else, but it's called Brewster's, and it's delicious. It's delicious. Okay, let's get right into it. For those hopping on, they can hop on later, okay? So, apostilles. So, first of all, what is an apostille? For those of you who do not know, an apostille is a higher level of authentication on a document before it leaves the United States. Okay, the notaries themselves do not put the apostille on the document. We just help process it, facilitate it, agent, whatever word you want to stick in there, but we take it to the place that needs to be apostilled, okay? So the one I had today had all kind of twists and turns. That's why I decided to do a whole day in the life. It's going to be amazing. So that video should be out probably next week or end of this week. I don't know, whenever Jeffrey can edit it, because I got like 15 pieces he had to put together. But I'm going to give you a few tips about it today. And then those who don't catch today, they can catch the next one. Hey guys, welcome. Are you all doing apostilles? Who's ever here right now? Are you all doing apostille? I see we got a few people. Do you know what it is? Put a 1 if you do know what it is. Put a 0 if you don't know what it is or if you're not doing it. Are we doing apostilles? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. While we wait, I'm going to tell you. So anyway, let's get to it. So my particular apostille today was going to the country of Peru. I love hearing countries that are part of the Hague because that means I don't have to do as much work, okay? Now, I still charge a lot because there was a lot involved. So my client's documents were going to Peru. The type of document we had today was school transcripts, and those have to be processed a little bit different than your regular documents. So you do have to know what you're doing. I was a second notary that was hired to do this particular document. The first one actually didn't know what they were doing, how to get it accomplished. So I wasn't able to accomplish it even on my own. I had to get some help. So my friend referred the client to me. My friend actually had to work with me. She works at the school system. She works in the school system. And she also helped us to facilitate this. So I was so grateful for her for the referral and her additional work that she added. Because again, it wouldn't happen without her because she had to get in touch with the principal. It was a whole situation, this particular apostille. And then so we got so let's go back just a little bit. So going to Peru, school transcripts, you got to know the process. Not going to even try to explain it here. Short version is, though, someone at the school has to sign off and say, hey, this is a legitimate document. So it can't be your mother, your father, your sister. Somebody at that school has to say, yes, these are real transcripts. So when people are moving out the country, in this case, the father was taking the whole family back to Peru. And I even asked him, I said, hey, does it have anything to do, being super nosy? Now, this was none of my business. Hey, Notary Giant. What's up? What's up? Do you do apostilles, Notary Giant? I'm just curious. I don't know. Do you do apostilles? I know you're in New York. Your process in New York drives me crazy. So the only two states I'm not too thrilled about is California and New York. Hey, Rosa. Oh, you do apostilles. Cool. I have to remember that in case I need somebody in New York. How far are you from Albany? I know that's where your head, what's the name is located, Secretary of State. How far are you from Albany? So anyway, Rosa, where are you located? And are you doing apostilles? So you see the process. So anyway, someone at the school, so I had to go to the school, get the document notarized, and then I had to take it to the Secretary of State, and then take it back to the client, and then the client actually changed the final destination location. So it was only a mile difference, so I didn't charge him any extra, but I did end up charging him a little bit more than we originally agreed, and I usually don't like to change my price. But, girl, why you not doing apostilles, Rosa? Are you new to notary? I love non-Hague countries. We in New York City have a SOS office too. Oh, cool. Okay, I have to remember that. Okay, I have to remember that. She says yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you need to be doing apostilles, Rosa. Is it because you don't know how to do it? Why aren't you doing them? Because the money is there, honey. Now this is one thing on YouTube. One thing on YouTube, when you see other people talking about, yeah, I charge $300, $400, $500, $600 for apostilles, that is the one thing, guys, I'm gonna tell you that they are not lying. They are not lying. You can make the money. The one I did today was $325. 2 sheets of paper. Okay, two. Well, it was 2 that I was responsible for. Each transcript was actually 8 pages. Okay, each transcript for each child was 8 pages. I don't know how. Yeah, Rosa. So I really recommend, hun. You can self-teach yourself. I got about, I don't know, 10 videos here on YouTube. I actually have a course about apostilles. It's a very simplified course because there are courses that take you 5, 10, 15 hours to try to watch it. It don't take that long, guys. You know, anything I do is uncomplicated. So check out the course, though. It's coupon code is WIN2025, WIN 2025. And you can get it at notaryeducatorsllc.com, okay? All the courses are on sale, notaryeducatorsllc.com, or we have 2 different membership options you can check out. I'll tell you about that in a little bit, but I want to finish my story about the apostille. So when you see all those different things, and again, I did a whole day in the life on this, so you'll be able to go back and watch it. But it was intense because it was a lot of moving parts, So you can't fake this till you make it. And that's why I was the second notary. The first notary was like, oh, just sign a piece of paper. You can't just sign the transcripts. That's not how it works. When you have transcripts, it has to have a special affidavit, a special document to go with it. Okay? So, same thing with diplomas. Okay? You cannot just say, oh, have them sign the paper and get that notarized. That's not how it works. So, I actually end up making a mistake. Yes, I did. I'm going to tell you about it. So you have to know how to be a great notary because you have to typically always check the notarization of the notary that's doing the apostille or doing the notarization piece. Okay? So it's 2 pieces, the notary piece and then the actual apostille piece from the Secretary of State. So I did not sign the document. So when I got to the apostille office, she was like, Kimberly. And the way she called me, I said, oh no, sound like I'm going to the principal's office again. Because we just left the school. So she was like, she said, you forgot to sign it. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I'm glad it was me as the notary because I could sign it. But imagine had that been another person that was a notary and they forgot to sign it. So I have had to redo someone else's notarization on a document that needed to be apostille. Why? Because their expiration date was no good. Their expiration date. So their notary stamp was expiring in 3 days, but the documents were going over to another country because the guy was getting married. So you got to know how to check the notarizations on stuff too. So you can't just say, oh, the other notary notarized, that's their problem. No, it becomes your problem really quick when you try to go get it apostilled and you cannot. So I wanted to hop on and just share this with you. So let me share a little bit with you about the new mentorship program. What's all included, because I've still been getting a lot of questions about that. I don't know why, because the descriptions are very clear. What you see is what you get. So, we don't play no games. So you have 2 points of entry now. The membership program is called the Notary Business Success Program. And within that, you have 2 entry points. You have the startup plan, which is $27 per month. That gives you access to your 4 or 5, I can't remember at this time, major core courses that you need to start this notary business. Those courses will help you to know how to properly notarize documents so you can feel confident at the table. Aren't you tired of saying what goes here, what goes there, guessing, putting it in Facebook? I think it's supposed to be this. I think it's supposed to be that. We don't want you out there thinking, guys. These people's homes and documents, power of attorneys, whatever it is that you're signing, even a school note, whatever it is, it has to be done correctly. So you out there snapping pictures and putting it in Facebook. Can somebody tell me what goes here? And it's your signature. That lets me know you need training, okay? It lets me know you need training. And I personally can't train you in a Facebook group. I cannot. My days are even attempted to do that. I realized a long time ago, nah, that's no good. No bueno. Okay, but you have access to the courses, and you also have access to live weekly training, even at the $27 point. You can come to every single training that we have. We have 5 this month, okay? Every month is different. Most of 4 or 5, depending on how many weeks are in the month. So July had 5 weeks. So we got 5 full-blown weeks of training. So it starts with a little training, about maybe 15, 20 minutes of always something you can take home and practical. And then the rest of it is open session for us to talk about your notary business, how to develop it, what's going on with your Google pages, what's going on with your marketing, what are you still needing help with as far as the notarization piece. It's a skill. Now, I know a lot of you are so interested in the money. Well, how much can I make? How much can I make? How much can I charge? I get that question so much, guys, every day. It's just like, whoa, people, pump the brakes. You got to know what you're doing first. The money's going to come. And that's why, if you notice, I don't flash money. I don't brag about the money. I know that for most of you, you're only here because you want to make $75 to $150 per job. You can do that. I just told you I made $325 today for 2 documents. So the money is there, but you got to have the skill set. You have to know what you're doing. There is no workaround. There is zero workaround. You cannot fake this till you make it. You have to know how to stamp the paper. So that's why I always say what I teach is not sexy. Okay, I get that. I get that. But if you want to be a great notary, you need a foundation. You need a foundation. You cannot imagine you have a beautiful home. It's brick. You got flowers outside, but you built it on sand. What's going to happen to the house? What's going to happen to the house? It's going down, right? Okay, so y'all got the point though. It's going down. It's going down literally. And that's the same thing with your notary business. You got your supplies, you got all this fancy marketing, you got your branding colors, you got your logo, you got all this stuff, but you don't know how to execute a document. Change the venue. Okay? What is an acknowledgement? What is a jurat? You have to know these things in order to have a successful notary business. So, what questions do you all have for me today? I don't mind hanging out for a few minutes, answering a few questions. We do have a session tonight. Tonight's session is all about loan signing tips, what to avoid. This whole month of July, we are actually doing loan signing training. Even though you're not a loan signing agent, it can still prepare you. You get access to the replay at either entry point. The all-inclusive package also gets you access to all of the trainings. And then you have the group chat, which is open 7 days a week, where we are live in there, literally in real time. If you're stuck on an assignment, if you have questions about something you're learning in the training courses, you could drop it there. So that's 7 days a week. It's managed by 4 people. So you're going to always get the help you need. We have the receipts, as they say. People are doing well. My people are just really camera shy, and I've been on this little tangent the last couple weeks about content. It's all about content. If you're afraid of social media, you're going to get left behind. Now I'm about to come off the notary scene for a minute. I'm just talking generics, okay? Generalities, all right? If you're afraid of social media, I'm going to implore you to really think about changing your mindset. Even in your notary business, people want to see who you are. So I started uploading some of my some of my TikTok videos, stuff that I made for my notary educators page, because it's a little different over there. But for my non-better page, I actually started uploading a few of those videos with me in my bag. People love to see that, just me out there checking my documents, little stuff like that. I made it for TikTok. I made it for Instagram. But I was like, you know what? I'll put this on my regular channel. And the people go crazy because they love to see you in your element. Oh, she's a real notary. She knows what she's doing. I'm checking my documents. I got one video where I'm sitting at the desk, and it is the cutest thing. I'm sitting there and I'm just, skimming through my documents like this. I'm looking at the camera or whatever. And I put that out, and people love it. People love it. And for now, Instagram and for TikTok, I put like a little caption, always check your documents. So I always try to provide a little notary tip or some kind of gem when I'm doing it over there. But I realized, hey, you know what? I could put those same videos without maybe some of the captions, without the music. Even with the music, people like music. Be cautious of what you're putting out, because sometimes what we put on our private page, I always say this, and what you put on your business page should be two different things. Okay? And I'm not saying you're two different people. For some of you, you are. You out doing your party thing, all that, and then you can clean up, and then now you're going to put on your business hat. I recommend just trying to be the same person you are in both spaces, so you ain't got to work so hard. That's my personal opinion, though, okay? So if you out on Friday night, Friday through Sunday, and you out doing your thing, okay, fine. But don't put that on your business page so everybody can see, oh, okay, that's what she really is like, okay? So just I'll say walk the same walk, okay? Be who you gonna be. What questions do we have? Anything while I am here? What else are we talking about today? So that's what I have for you, though. Check out the two different mentorship programs, Notary Educators, LLC.com. And it'll just you start typing it, it'll start popping up. So I tried to clean up the website to have a better user experience. And I think it's looking really good. I tried to simplify it a little bit. Even for myself, I have to listen to you all as my clients. So sometimes you have to listen to your clients. And a lot of times people say, well, how do I know if I'm pricing too high? Or how do I know this? Or how do I know that? The public will let you know real quick. Yeah, they will. You keep pricing at a certain point and ain't nobody doing business with you. That's your clue. Oh, my prices might be too high. It's just as simple as that. You don't have to call 15 notaries in your area and say, how much are you charging, or pretend to be a client. That irritates me beyond anything. Don't call my number pretending to be somebody. Actually, somebody called me about Apostille from another referral the other day, and it sounded a little suspicious at first, so my tone wasn't as friendly as I would have liked it to have been, and I feel bad about that. I tried to clean it up. But the way the lady first called me, I said, is this somebody pretending to be a notary? Because I don't like that. I really don't. I know you're told to do that. People say, well, they call that market research. Call your competitors and find out what they charge. I think that's not cool, okay? I don't like it. Don't do it. I don't recommend it. You have never heard me say that. I've been doing this thing for about 4 or 5 years here on YouTube, and even privately teaching. I never tell people to call their competitors. I give you what parameters to think about, and some of it too is, I got a little piece of something in my mouth. Hold on. I thought I did. Sorry, guys. I know that's not looking pretty, but I could feel I had some pecans in my ice cream. It must have been like a little something. It was good, though. So my point is, though, don't call other people pretending to be a notary and say, how much do you charge? Or you go through this whole 15-minute scenario, and then, oh, I just wanted to find out because I'm another notary. Do you think they're going to be your friend? Do you think they're going to collab with you, work with you? No, they're going to be pissed, upset. Why? Because they're working, trying to make a living, and here you are playing games. You build your business. Be a man, be a woman, do the math. You got an idea what it goes for in your area. And if you don't, you have to create your own list. Okay? You have to create your own list anyway. And there shouldn't even be too many lists out there that you just going by and firm, because each conversation is going to be different. Each client, oh, thank you guys for liking. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe. Each interaction or each client you have, it's going to be a different price point. Typically, because everybody got a different situation. This person might be calling with 2 documents, but they're in a hospital setting. So that means I got to do more work. This person may be calling with 2 documents, but they're literally around the corner. So that's why questions equal money. Questions equal money. Questions equal money. Questions equal money. I need to put that on a shirt. I hope nobody don't steal it before I could actually do it one day. But if they do, whatever. To each his own. I ain't worried about it. What is a Hague country? A Hague country is a country where it has an agreement with other countries that, hey, we'll take your documents, you take our documents in a simplified process. A couple of examples would be Mexico. The one I did for today was Peru. What else? Spain. Now, some that may require a non-Hague would be like Iraq, Iran. I don't think they are in the Hague, and don't quote me because you can look it up which countries are actually in the Hague and which ones are not. But Hague are my favorite. Hague are my favorite. So I would highly recommend, though, before you start doing apostilles, learn the process. Learn the process. Okay, every state is going to be just a wee bit different, but I can do them internationally. So listen, I had a client that I did one for in Panama, and she's been telling other people, oh, you're welcome, Rosa. She's been telling other people that I processed her. So somebody told her, she said, well, the notary can't do the apostille. So my client, she's so funny. She's telling her, well, I don't know what happened, but she got my documents together and I'm over here in Panama, so she know how to do something. She said maybe she take it down there for him. I don't know. She was so cute. And I told her, I said, you're correct. That's how the process works. So yeah, I don't physically put the apostille on the document, but I help get it facilitated. So my client was like, I don't know what she's doing, but it's working. I was thinking about the example in the Bible just really quick when they asked the man that was born blind. He was like, I don't know. They were asking him all these questions. He said, I don't know how it happened, but I know I can see now, So I just thought about that for some reason. But yeah, so she was defending me. She was like, I don't know what she did, but I know I'm over here legally. I ain't got no problem. So that's what happened. Anyway, so what questions? I see we got some new people joining us. Any questions about the mentorship program? The most common question I get too is, can I change from one program to the next? Yes, you can, but you either just have to finish out at one level and then upgrade to the other one, because there's no cancellation in between. So you can't say, well, I think I'm gonna start out at the 27, but in the middle of the month I want to go ahead and upgrade to all of it. No, you have to either pay for that 27 and then pay for the 47. Either way, that's still a great price point. Yeah, still a great price point. So that's the one question I get, and a lot of times you're not ready for the other additional courses yet. But as you continue to grow in your business and you're like, okay, I'm ready for apostilles, I'm ready for notary signing agent, I'm ready for field inspection, I'm ready for wedding officiant, then you can upgrade to the other one. Or I'm actually doing jobs now, I want to have access to the chat line so I can get help on assignments during my preparation process. So during your preparation process, as you're going through your documents, you don't know what to do, you drop it in chat. The chat line is very educational. It by itself is gems, okay? The reason I don't open that chat line up to everybody, because I'm sure, and I haven't did it yet, I have to really pray about that one, is because I already know if you've not been trained, it's 10 times the work to have you in our mentorship program or to have you in the chat, right? Because you don't know what you're doing. So I've been going back and forth. I even asked the other day when I was here, should I open it up for people just to be able to come to the community, okay? The meetings weekly. Should I open it up for that? And my hesitation again is, if you don't know what you're doing, it's not going to be, it'll be beneficial for you, but it could bring the whole group down. So I know if you've taken those basic core trainings that I put in the startup plan, I know that you can have a point of reference when you come to the live sessions. But if you're just coming into the sessions and you've not had any training with us, I'm still going back and forth on that. The suggestion from Andrea yesterday was just let previous members join the community only part. I don't know yet. I really got to think about that. I really have to think about it, because again, I'm not trying to make our team work any harder, and I want it to be where you're going to actually benefit. So from my point of view right now, I'm still processing it, because I know there's a need. People just want good community where they can come and chat about the business and get help. They may know how to properly notarize already, but they still are just stuck in their business. The sessions would help you with that. But I just really got to process what that looks like. Because again, if I open up the chat line just to anybody, and I know you haven't been trained, it's not going to be a good experience for us. I'm not trying to get us to work harder. I know that if you're in the startup plan and you've taken those 4 or 5 courses there and you come to a session like I said a minute ago, I know that you'll be able to, okay, they're talking about proper notarization. I know how to do that. But the average person doesn't know how to do anything, and they just want, to get the express training through the chat or through something live. And you got to do the work. You got to. The courses are very simple. Everything we do is uncomplicated, like for real. So that would be my main concern about just trying to open it up to the general public. I really, at this time, I'm going to limit it, I think, to you have to be part of the mentorship program, either the starter pack plan or the all-inclusive. At this point, I may change my mind. Just kind of see how things go. But I don't know, y'all. I keep being torn about that one. I see we have some new people that entered the room. What other questions do you have about your notary business or about the mentorship program? I can answer a few more questions for you while I'm here. And then I'm going to get ready to head out of here and take me a little siesta probably and chill out because I did my job for the day. I had my apostille, so I had made my money for today for sure. It was $325. I did increase his fee in the end. It started out at $300, and I gave him a little discount, honestly. But I increased it by $25 because I had to go to the UPS store. The moment the main parameters chart changed, I did charge him more. So typically, it just depends. I don't always charge more for something additional that I do for a client, but in this case, I did. And he knew it. He was waiting because I pulled out the receipt book and I started writing out the receipt. When you charging somebody $325, guys, you better be able to document why you did it, how you did it, and everything, okay? In case the state ever want to say, well, you charged him $325 for a notary. I did not. I charged him $325 for his apostille service because I had to run around to this school. I had to run around to take it to him 2 different places. I had to go to the UPS store. I had to go get some documents printed. So your receipt need to be itemized, okay? Itemize the receipt. Itemize the receipt. So I wrote everything on there. If I provide the witnesses, I'm writing that on there too. Witness provided 2 witnesses. 2 witnesses provided. Okay? Anything extra that you do, I printed 15 documents for him. I printed 20 documents. I write all that on the receipt. It's pretty itemized. So that way they can't call the Secretary of State and say, she charged me $50 for a notarization. No, I charged you a convenience fee for coming to my home. And I had to print your documents, which required ink, toner, and you emailed it to me. Okay, see the difference? So you got to itemize, okay? And it don't take that long to itemize it. I do an old-fashioned receipt book. You can do receipts from Square, invoices from Square. Somebody asked that in our Facebook group recently. You can download the Square app, and I do that right on my phone. As a matter of fact, somebody owed me some money because I had a loan closing. It was 2, and they owe me some money. And Square will send you a notification. Hey, you sent out an invoice on July 4th, but the person hasn't paid you yet. Invoices still due. So I do like that about Square invoices. So I use Square myself. There are plenty of invoicing things out there you can use, apps or whatever, but I typically use Square for my invoices if I have to send something. But 90% of the time, I'm just handwriting it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I'll just handwrite it. What questions do we have? I see we got some new people in the room. Anything I can clarify for you while I'm here? Don't be shy. Don't be scared. But yeah, I'm really talking about, getting into social media though. I got one of my students, she is doing a thing with TikTok, and one of them is doing YouTube and Instagram. So you got to find out which platform works for you. For me, my IG, Instagram is trying to grow. I'm still just trying to learn what they want over there. And honestly, on Instagram, they want to see me dancing. Boop, boop, and leave a notary tip like that. Pointing and all that kind of stuff and just dancing. They like, that's what IG likes, okay? TikTok like the same thing. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm not opposed to doing that. I typically had not did it until, I guess, 3 months ago. I started doing music and dancing and stuff. I did not do it until about maybe, I want to say 3 months. I've been dancing and stuff. But prior to that, my everything I always try to put out was just more of an educational thing, you know. And I realized, okay, now that video with me dancing got 500 hits, okay, views, and the one with Jeffrey always gets 700, 800, y'all. And he hates the camera, but the camera loves him, and the people love him. So if I put out something and I'm dancing like that and teaching, it's like, okay, 500 views, cool, boom, I'm gonna take it. But if I put something out with Jeffrey, 800, 900, and the two of us together, ho ho ho, thousand, thousand. People love seeing us together. So, you know, you got to do what the people want within reason. You know, I still don't show everything in my life. I'm just not going to do that. Some people do. I'm just not showing you everything. I'm getting better at showing more, and I don't mind it. I'm not afraid of the camera at all, if you couldn't tell. But I just think some things don't need to be shared, and especially I have a spouse too, so I have to respect his wishes. Um, but Jeffrey kind of loosey goosey. Y'all see him. I make fun of him because he don't like the camera. But I'm really encouraging you, get out there, show your people, show your customers you out there with your notary bag, you at your car signing stuff. Those are things that even your clients want to see. Now and again, each platform is different. TikTok and IG kind of work the same. They kind of want to see silly, goofy stuff, dancing and all that. YouTube is more for education if you're interested in doing any social media. But even I've gotten apostille jobs from my YouTube channel. I have. I've gotten apostille jobs from my YouTube channel. Somebody's Googling apostilles, and I have so much information about apostilles. And guess what? Boom, I got a client. They're like, I saw you on YouTube. And I'm like, really? Okay. So I even got a job the other day. I'm gonna do a whole video on this one, but I got a job the other day from Chat GPT. I always ask my client, how did you find me? I always ask my client, hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't be afraid. If you got a question, now's the time to ask it. I'm here in the flesh. Yeah, but I always ask my clients, I'm like, so how did you find us? And typically they'll say Google, social worker, friend, whatever. And I was surprised for the first time somebody said Chat GPT. I was like, really? Chat GPT. So they had the power of attorney made and drawn up on Chat GPT. And the next question chat asked was, would you like me to find you a notary? So myself and one other person popped up. And I'll go ahead and give him a shout out. I gotta call him too. I hope he's not watching because I wanted to call him first, but I'm gonna tell him say it right here. But it was myself and Jen Notary, Ginn. Ladero popped up, and Ladero actually trained with us, so that made me feel really good because I thought it was Angela, the trainer that used to be with us, popped up, and they was like, no, you and somebody called Jen. And I said, oh, okay. And I know he don't really service that area, I don't think, anymore. So it was just kind of funny. So I have to call and tell him his name is in chat. So that's why social media, guys, is going to be the wave of the future. Chat GPT works on search engine optimization. Okay, I'm just dropping gems, so I hope you're picking them up. That's anything in the written form. It could be written, it could be videos, because it's able to now, chat is able to hear and pick up stuff on your telephone, like you putting something in search, and it will start finding stuff where you're even talking to. I've been talking to friends before. I'm like, hey, such and such and such, let's go to this Mexican restaurant. And next thing I know, that Mexican restaurant is popping up in my feed some kind of way. Scary, right? However, that is the wave of the future. So that's how they found my notary business. So I try to make sure I have as much stuff in print, and as much as I can in print, about my notary business, my None Better Notary, which is my personal notary business, and in Notary Educators, which is our training platform. I try to have as much as I can. We have blogs now, which I'd already started, but I wasn't being consistent. So I actually have someone now that's actually helping me with my blogs, and that has been amazing. So I think all that SEO is just popping. It's just helping. SEO, search engine optimization. I'll be honest with you all. If I wasn't doing notary, I got two more things that's interesting. And I got two more YouTube channels. I got this one plus two more. I just don't feed the other ones. No love. I just don't have time. I just really don't. But my other two passions is business, starting business. You can tell me what you do for business, and in 5 minutes, I have a whole business plan for you. Literally. Literally, I love talking business. I love growing businesses. So my other channel is called Business Life with Kimmi. But again, I just haven't had time to even focus on that. And then my other passion would be health and fitness a little bit. And I really was doing well with my weight loss journey, and then kind of just kick that to the curb. Not completely, because I'm still on my journey, but just having time to document it. It's just a lot of time. Social media requires so much time. And I actually work too. I'm like a real notary. So I'm not just here on YouTube sitting here filming all day. I'll hop on when I can. Like I finished my appointment. I said, let me come in before I take my little nap, before I get ready to do my 7 o'clock mentorship program session tonight. Tonight we're talking about loan signing errors and how to avoid them. The top errors and how to avoid them. That's what we're talking about tonight. So you can check all of that out. The schedule too is at notaryeducatorsllc.com on the front page. Everything about both mentorship programs and the schedule for this month, okay? Hey, Atlanta Apostille and Mobile Notary Services. How are ya? What's up? What's up? Let me confirm. Is that James? I'm trying to think. I'm not sure. Is that you, James? Or do we have somebody else, Atlanta Apostille and Mobile Notary? Because that name sounds familiar. Let me know if that's you and your wife, James. All right. So I could just say a proper hi. So I see we have some new people again. I hate leaving when we have new people. What questions may I answer for any of you today? We've been talking about apostilles. We've been talking about the mentorship programs. Not James, somebody else. Okay, no worries. You don't have to say a name. Okay. But I do have a James that we're pretty cool with, and his business name is similar, Atlanta Apostille. It's similar to that. I know there's more than one Atlanta Apostille. And now that we're talking about names really quick, guys, be cautious of that. Because just like when I saw this person's name here, my first thought was James. Because I know his business name is very similar. I mean, very similar to this. So be cautious when you're picking a name. If you know somebody already have a name similar to yours, and I get so much pushback in the mentorship program about this one. If you know somebody has your business name, choose something different. I know a lot of times we're drawn to this name. It came to me in a dream. I was sleeping and it said, call your business this. Okay. But be cautious when it comes to that, because I had another mentee. We did a one-on-one session together, and his business name, I won't say what it is, but let's just say it was let's say Notary Signature. Just say Notary Signatures LLC. And then he's in Texas, but the other Notary Signatures LLC is located in Michigan. So every time you pull up one, you try to pull up his, but it was the one in Michigan that popped up. That's a problem. That's a true problem. You may not see it, but that's a problem. Another one I get when it comes to names really quick is, well, I have a tax business, or I sell hot dogs on the side. Now I want to add my notary business to the same LLC. You could probably do that. I don't know. I'm not a tax professional, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. However, just be cautious. If I'm running a notary business, I'm running a notary business. If I'm running a tax business, now the tax and notary can kind of go together sometimes. So I'm not going to push too much on that one. But if you're running a hot dog stand, or you're selling barbecue dinners, or you sell fish dinners, and it's fish dinner services by Marie, and now you're trying to throw notary services by Marie under the fish business, the two doesn't go together. I'm sorry. And again, that's my personal opinion. You may be able to get with your tax accountant or tax professional and say, hey, can I merge these two businesses some kind of way? But I wouldn't recommend it. I'm going to say, if you're running a fish or barbecue service over here, let that be over here. If you're doing notary services, let that be over here. And separate the two. Because when you're doing, again, what did we just talk about? Search engine optimization. So am I searching, or is ChatGPT or Google, is it searching for a barbecue rib place, called Smith's Barbecue, or is it searching for a notary place called Smith's Notary? Which one? And then if there's 15 Smith Notary in your area, are you going to populate? I'm just saying. So a lot of stuff goes into business, guys. It's not just always as simple as, well, let me just call myself Smith Mobile Notary. I'm not calling myself Smith Mobile Notary because I already know there's 100 people with that name. I don't even have to Google that one, okay? I don't even have to Google that one. So just be cautious when choosing your business name. Be cautious of trying to commingle different businesses. Many of you have tried different businesses. Well, I think this week I'm going to try what is it? Uber or Uber Eats, or I'm going to try another business under this. And you got all these LLCs, and LLCs aren't cheap. They are not. I didn't accidentally. I chose a business name for an upcoming venture. You'll be hearing about it soon. But I chose a business name for an upcoming venture that I'm doing. And after I thought about it, I said, I don't like that name. So I was able to pay $25 and try to change the name. But in the state of Georgia, they said I didn't fill out, they sent me back a rejection letter and saying I didn't fill out something correctly. So after they did that, you know what? I was like, bump this. I ain't got time to keep trying to figure it out. And I could have kept playing around, but I didn't want my actual name I'm trying to get to be gone. So I said, let me just go ahead and pay the $100. So in Georgia, to get an LLC is $100. Hi, Ruff. Florida's in the house. How you doing? I hope you're live tonight. How you been doing? Hyra is doing some amazing things down in the great state of Florida. How you doing, Hyra? I hope you will be live with us tonight. She's in mentorship and she's doing amazing. So anyway, whatever I was saying, I think I was finished saying that. So I got a few more minutes for some questions. Any questions? Oh, good. I love to see all of that. So she's doing amazing. A lot of our group, I told y'all already, they walk in silence. Hyra doesn't. She shares stuff. She be dropping gems too. But a lot of our group walk in silence. They're doing stuff and I don't know about it. And that's okay. You can. I'm not saying you got to share everything you do. It's no obligation or nothing like that. But it's just encouraging when you see people doing stuff and they share what they're doing. It's like, oh, well, I see that person doing it. I can do it too. I got people who had their commission for years. And now that they're part of the community that has like-minded people and they see, oh, she's actually doing loan modifications in my area. I could be doing it too. Why have I not accepted one? Or somebody took their first one last week. Went amazing because they had training with us. They did have 1 or 2 questions. We answered it for them. They were ready for their signing. So, you know, our mentorship program, I'm going to say it myself, it's the number one. I will say that. Now, are there different things you can learn from different people? Sure, of course. So I'm not professing that we know every single thing. I'm not. But I bet we can get you 99% there, 95. How about that? If you're at 0 and if you got $0 and I offer you 95, I think you'll take it. Oh, I'm so silly. I be cracking myself up. But I bet, right? If you don't have nothing and I offer you $95, you're gonna be like, give it to me, dámelo, right? So anyway, all that being said, is I know that you will benefit from the program if you're really ready. Now, if you're not ready to go next level in your business, that is okay too. I recommend you watch the videos I have here on the channel. There's over 1,000 videos. So start here, and then when you're really ready to go next level, pick one of the mentorship programs. We're gonna still be friends at the end of the day. You got to start your notary business book for each state. You can always start there. I usually tell people to start there anyway, so they can get a good overview of the business. What am I getting into? What services can I offer? What equipment is actually needed? So Start Your Notary Business is available for all 50 states. So check that out. It's a good entry point also. Then from there, your next level, I would say double back and let's start the startup plan. Okay, for a mentorship. That's what I would highly recommend. And then from there, you can upgrade to a full-blown mentorship, the all-inclusive, okay? So either way, you're going to get real training every week. And I'm so excited for tonight. It's our rollout night. So if you're still hesitant on the fence, come on, join us. We're meeting tonight. If you can't make it live, there's a replay. Always catch the replay. And then those in the all-inclusive plan have access to the chat too. So you got plenty of options. What other questions may I assist you with today while I'm here? I was going to hang out for about an hour, but if we are wrapping up, it's all good. It's all good. I will see my people in mentorship. But I hate to leave when I know we got new people that just entered. Just in case you have a question and I'm here live, I might be able to assist you with that. So let's go really quick. Don't be shy. Anything else we have? Anything else we want to talk about? Because I done already talked about so much. And that's the funny thing about this business for me doing YouTube. I got stories for days. For a day. Literally, I can go live every day and have a story. Whenever you're doing something for real. So there's a lot of people, they learning the business and, don't really know what to do. But they're kind of faking it till they make it. But I got stories for days. Hit the like button for me, guys, please. Let's see. V says, I'm in Virginia and a notary. What do I do first to establish my business? You probably don't need to be establishing your business yet. Do you know how to properly do your notarizations? That's where I'm going to always start, V. If you don't know, and before you do anything, I'm going to tell you to check out the Start Your Notary Business book I wrote for the state of Virginia. You have your own book. I would check it out. See, that's not the right answer. I thank you for sharing with me. And it's not a beat down session, but I'm saying I know that you're not ready to establish your business yet. You have to know what you're doing before you establish your business. I don't like some. I want you to feel confident. I got this. By the time I finish with you, I want you to be like, I'm ready to go stamp something. Where's the paper? Where's the paper? That's how we teach, okay? So again, this is not a beat down session. I appreciate you and I respect you for sharing, but I want to be completely honest with you. That's what you're here for, right? Yes, I want to be completely honest with you. So you're not ready to establish your business. I want you when I ask you that question, are you confident? If I say, hey V, can you go over to the nursing home and do this power of attorney for me? Or if I'm just, we just casually talking or whatever and you're in chat and you get that, I don't want you to panic and be like, oh my God, what do I do? No, you should have at least a clue. So some is not going to get it. I want you to be confident. I want you to know what a jurat is. What is an acknowledgement? What verbiage is required in Virginia? What does my notary handbook say? Can I do this? Can I accept an expired ID? Yes, you agree. So once you take some time, maybe start with the Start Your Business book. It's an ebook, a quick read for Virginia. I would start there. If you're really serious about the business, I'm going to give you the roadmap really quick. Start with the ebook. Just see everything you can do. What does that look like? It's a quick read. Then after that, if you're still really serious about the business, you can start with the startup membership plan. And then your next step would be the full-blown all-inclusive membership. So you can include those additional services. Field inspection, wedding officiant, apostilles, all that. So it will not grow overnight. So to answer the question, you do not need to be establishing a business. I would pump the brakes wherever you are in your journey. I'm not buying no ink. No, I'm not buying no toner. I don't even want you buying no more supplies. Okay. I'm like real over here. And some people say, well, maybe I should go ahead and buy my supplies so I can be ready. No. Pump the brakes. Don't buy nothing else. Okay. Unless it's the ebook to get started. And then let's get that training under our belt. Let's know exactly what we're doing. And then from there, how would we build out the business? I will go ahead and share that with you, but I don't want you doing anything because you're not ready. Somebody start blowing up your Google page and they want you to come and do an estate/trust package and you don't know what to do. It's not going to be pretty. Okay. You start signing up with signing companies just because you went through the internet and got your background check and you don't know what you're doing and you messing up documents and then you're the first notary that they paid $20 for. Or two, and then they got to call me to go fix it. Not good. Not a good look. Blackballing is a real thing. That's not scare tactics. That is real. That is real. Okay? So I'm going to give it to you straight because I'm not looking for a one-hit wonder client either. I'm not trying to just sell you something. Come on, girl. No, I want you to build out your business for real. I want you to establish a real business. And that means knowing what to do. Then from there, after you know exactly what to do, we're going to get our supplies. Then we're going to market. Okay, we're going to learn how to price our services before we start marketing. Because once the phone rings, that's too late to start trying to price. You need to learn how to price beforehand. So all that's included in the startup plan. Okay, I give you everything you need in the foundation. Okay, the startup plan. So that actually the startup package will get you everything you need to start your business. Okay, and then coming to the live sessions weekly. That's what's going to help. I find that people that come to the live sessions do better than those that don't. Now, you don't have to come to live because they're recorded and you can catch the replay, right? You can catch the replay. But the reason I like you to come to live session, because it's nothing like being somewhere live. It's just not. It's always the same. You can catch the Beyonce concert. I could watch it on YouTube, but if I was actually in the auditorium, my goodness. Can you imagine the vibe and the feeling you get? I didn't get to go see her. I was trying to go when it came back because tickets were cheap this last go around. And Jeffrey was like, nah, I don't think I really feel like getting in that crowd. And I kind of agreed. But the tickets were cheap and they were all the way at the top, too. At the top of the, I think it was at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I think. But I did check into it. But, you know what I'm saying? So, again, when you're really ready, no pressure. I always tell people, we're going to be here, God willing. So, take your time. I got 1,000 videos right here. If you like the way we teach, if you're interested in our skill, the way we teach, if it sets right with you and your spirit, your soul, come on, join the party. We got you. But maybe you like complications. And when I say that, I'm not being funny. I'm saying some people like things a little more complicated. I had a girl that took the ink fingerprinting course. She's so funny. And she's like, is that it? Is that it? And I said, yeah, that's it. She wanted it to be like 15 modules. I'm like, girl, it don't take all that to do ink fingerprint. Now, you need to know what you're doing, for sure. But it don't take 15 modules to figure out how to do ink fingerprinting, okay? So, my style may be too simple for some people, and I get that. For 95% of the world, they love it. Because they ain't trying to do 200 modules to figure out, oh, that's what they was trying to say. So they can fluff up the price. That's what they was trying to say. And my stuff is worth way more than I charge for it. But I'm of the mindset, volume. Even in my own personal notary business, I don't try to make all my money off of one person. If I help the people, the money will come. I am already subscribed. I will be more consistent. Yeah, that's why I said take your time, honey. Take your time. When you're ready, when it said what they say, when the pupil is ready, the teacher will appear. So when you're actually ready, we're here. You know where to come. NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. Okay? But right now, baby, please, I beg you, I implore you, do not establish no business because you're not ready, okay? I'm telling you, you cannot just get out there and try to wing this thing. You cannot. And it's not as simple as, well, let me go get my state handbook and read it. Let me tell you how you know that it's a little bit more to it than just going to pick up your state handbook. Because one, like I just said, I have 1,000 videos here on this channel. We have 16 courses. We've been meeting every week for the last almost 2 years. Now, this is different mentorships. So not the same program. This particular mentorship, and it's evolved because we first started out, it was just mentorship, like talking only. Then we evolved and it became mentorship with the courses included. Boom. Then it changed again where we have mentorship in live sessions. Now it's changing again where we have 2 entry points into the mentorship program. So we're constantly evolving. We went to a UPS store today. I'm going to get ready to head out of here. So if you got any questions, feel free to drop it. But we went to the UPS store today, and it was funny because, and you'll see this video coming out soon. Jeffrey just has to put it together about the Apostille. And we went to the UPS store, and the young man was like, yeah, we got a TikTok channel. Because I had stopped my recording. I was going to stop it when I got in there. I said, hey, I'm recording something, but I'm not going to put you in there. I just want them to hear the conversation. He was like, oh, sure, no problem. So he was like, we have a TikTok channel after I cut off the video. So I said, oh, do you mind if I put it back on and record us just a little bit? So I did. He gave a shout out to his store. I gave a shout out to him. He gave us our 2 copies for free. And it was a beautiful relationship for him. Now, I don't go that way that often, but if they call me in that area and the price is right, your girl will be there, okay? But I say all that to say, we will be here. We got plenty of content. So start here, and then when you're really ready about your business, then you can join the mentorship program, okay? And we'll be here. We got 7 minutes, actually 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Anything else? Hit the like button. Couple more people here. Any questions? We got 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresher. I was at the ice cream place and I used the expression, oh, phooey. And the man, he said, I have not heard that in years. Because I wanted a certain kind of ice cream and they didn't have it. I said, oh, phooey. He was like, I ain't heard phooey in years. But I was like, oh, no, that's what that meant. Okay. What else, guys? That's it? Nothing else? You got 5 minutes. I can't believe y'all have no questions. Okay. Show for show? Sure for sure. For sure. What's up? What? Nothing? Okay. Well, anyway, guys, I will see some of you tonight over in Mentorship live. For the rest of you, I will see you here on the YouTube channel in some form or fashion. Don't forget, we have a podcast. We even have a blog, okay? So you can read the blog if you want to. All right, guys. Well, until next time, I am out of here, and this has been Notary Educators with your host, Kimmi Nunnally. Bye. All things notary, notaryeducatorsllc.com. Bye.